I'm here with WWE Superstar Brodus Clay, who apparently is now adding movies to your portfolio.
That's the rumor.
Right. Is that you? Is that you?
I'm what he's looking at. Actually, I'm down here somewhere in the dead zone. But he did not shoot me with a crossbow. Luckily, I was not killed with a crossbow.
Well, I gotta tell you, I feel like you are coming through as like this larger-than-life character. You know, you play Brodus, you know, Mr. Funk in WWE. Now all of a sudden you're playing this like really, I don't even know how you would describe him, Ethan. Like just this like monster of a villain. Is it hard to sort of like play all these different characters?
I think they're all a part of like who I am, and it's like really I'm just kind of like scratching the surfaces of. Like I said, I've always been a big fan of like Tracy Ullman, and like people have many different personalities and personas, and there is a big part of me that's just an angry, like chip on the shoulder, kind of like, and it drives me in terms of like work ethic and stuff like that. So, and Ethan was the character. Ethan was actually a silent part originally, but I'm sarcastic by nature, and I would say a lot of things, one-liners in the filming was like messing around and stuff.
Right,
like,
right.
Well, let's give him some lines because this guy's not going to shut up. So, so I had a lot of fun with it. But Ethan's character is basically he's just a follower, you know, and he follows his brother. But he's like, I don't know if you've ever read the book Animal Farm, but there was a horse called Boxer, and he just did what he was told, and he worked harder, and he ended up in a glue factory. Same thing happens to Ethan. He does what Ho wants his older brother to do, and he does whatever he's told. He doesn't question it. He follows aimlessly, and he's actually not really, in terms of like horrible people in that movie.
Right.
He's not that bad. He just wrong place, wrong time, and he really doesn't kill anybody. I don't know if you give him credit for the girl.
Right. I was going to say the girl.
I mean, yes, he should have been playing with a knife, of course.
Right.
Can, you know, but. You know, did he deserve all that afterwards? I think it was blatant overkill. I think Luke Evans went too far with Ethan. I get it, he was upset over his girl. Clearly.
Well, yeah, he killed his girl. Give me a break. I don't think he went hard enough.
Did Ethan kill his girl? Like I kind of feel like he didn't.
Yeah.
You know, well, I mean, we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, watch the movie. Watch
the movie. Big debate.
So what I you know I'm going to ask you about this because it was probably a scene that will stick and resonate in my head forever. I want a dummy of myself. I want a life-size.
No, you don't.
No, I do. I do. Right?
No, you don't.
Why not? It was the coolest looking thing I've ever seen.
I'm going to tell you right now. When I was sitting in the makeup chair and my twin was on the other side with a dead face on it, I looked at myself dead, and I would just stare and go, can somebody cover me up? Like, I couldn't. It's one thing, if you have a twin, like I'm sure the Bellas, it's no big deal looking at themselves all the time.
Right.
And plus they're, you know, gorgeous too at the same time. But when you look at yourself, the first thing I do is notice all the things I don't like about myself. It's the first thing I notice. And then I'm dead, and the face that I had was like this. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, it was blood and stuff.
Yeah.
Cover me. Like, I can't, like, you know, and that body's somewhere. Somewhere. I need to find it, bring it home, bury it, or put it in the closet.
I mean, that has like practical joke written all over it. You know, you just like throw that dummy, you know, at like your mom's house or something, you know.
Or I want to sneak out, just for the
minute. It'll be like a Great Escape all over again.
Yeah, it's just, it was really creepy. The whole process of that dude. And, you know, not knowing that inside me all the time was a small English actor was real cool, and you know, probably the most, you know, giving birth to a man was pretty awesome. So the new words of the cesarean, but
yeah, like a cesarean from the back, right?
Yes,
yeah.
It's like a mosquito rises up.
Right.
This beautiful butterfly. No, it's a naked red man. That was nothing too. Did he really need to be naked? I don't think he did, but.
I mean, that's.
You gotta see the movie again. Like, above, I feel like Ethan was wrongly just overkilled. So many other words come to mind in this movie when talking about that death scene.
But the thing is, you know, like in all seriousness, though, it definitely shows sort of your degree of range. You know, like, first of all, I really liked the handcuff kind of like death, and then you've got this guy coming out of your back, you know, like I feel like when people remember, you know, No One Lives, they're going to definitely think of Ethan and Brodus first, you know. Would that be a fair assessment?
Humbly, you know, I would say yes. It's one of those things where we have a saying in WWE where less is more, and when when you're given opportunities, don't ever look at how big it is or how long it is in terms of like, you know, oh, there's not enough lines and things like that. It's like whatever you're given, make it matter, make it count. And I think the character Ethan, we did that. And the fight scene with Luke was as organic, as real a fight scene as you could possibly have in a movie. I just had him hit me, like we didn't use, there was no stunts like he
Right.
Like, and it was, you know, all that was at full speed, you know, and I was like, listen, if Luke, you knock me out, I'll live with it, but I don't think you can.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, the kick scenes and all that stuff, like he legitimately kicked me, so, and that's a point of pride in the WWE, like we do beat each other up for a living, so, letting him beat me up, for the movie screen was kind of, it was cool, it was
right.
like WWE came in handy or whatever, so, I went 100% into the character and gave it a good feel, and like I think it really established Luke Evans' character as a no-nonsense serial killer who's not afraid to go there, which was cool because normally movies are pretty cookie cutter now, where it's like we wronged him and he's not a hero, and you know he's got to just save the girl at the end. This was completely different. This was serial killer versus criminals, and like even the girl, you know, like, who you would want to feel sorry for, but then she has sort of a dark side to her too. So nobody's really clean in this movie, and I really like that.
You know, it's almost like a film version of Dexter. You know, where you're sort of rooting for the anti-hero.
Yes.
And you know, I guess what I wanted to ask you was, I'm so used to seeing these like gory movies that have absolutely no plot. You know, it's just like kill, 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 and I feel like No One Lives fuses, you know, the gore with like this amazing sort of like, almost like a Breaking Bad root for the bad guy kind of thing. Is that how you felt as well?
Yeah, like he is a very, and this is weird to say, he's a very likable serial killer.
Yes.
You know, and very Dexter-esque in that, which I love that series.
Not this season.
I'm Bright House, so but that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
Get it together!
Yeah.
One more thing on Dexter, I want to kill his sister so bad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Just done.
Yeah. Well, but I'm not going to tell him about the spin-off she's supposedly getting.
Okay, stop.
Okay, yeah.
But you know, like that kind of character. But he's Dexter. To compare the two, because I guess that is very similar.
Yeah.
Dexter has a conscience.
Yeah.
Dexter has a child. Dexter has a normal life.
Yeah.
Nothing about him goes that way.
Yeah. Dexter wouldn't really like come out of people's backs.
Dexter would have to hunt him.
Yeah.
Like he keeps pets, and you know he keeps his prizes, and you know he's a numbers guy in terms of kills and stuff like that. So even to call him a serial killer is not really, there's not really a name for what he is, because he doesn't mimic any of the typical like sociopathic behaviors you have in movies when you have serial killers and stuff. The fact that he was keeping two pets in the movie. Really, like even when his love interest, or one of his love interests, is, I should say, is when she is killed, she knew what she was totally a part of. So like even her, there's nothing clean in this movie. So his character is he's very consistent in terms of like, he is literally the devil himself. Like there is not one demeaning quality about him,
right,
other than his commitment to killing people.
Why should people watch this movie?
For two reasons. For one, what old is new. When I watch this movie, I think a lot about like American Werewolf in London and Fright Night, and you know, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, when they used to do horror scare movies with prosthetics and real like synthetic blood, and no computer. There's no computer generated graphics, and this is actually filmed with film. I mean, so when you watch it, you kind of get that old feeling.
Yeah,
that,
80s.
You know, like, wow, this is an old like movie. If you didn't know, and that's cool again. You know, because everything's a computer now. And so when you see somebody get killed, you see the fake computer blood on the window. You're like, ah. But this, it's like, and that I was covered in blood. But he was covered in blood. And like the death scenes are not just gory though. They're articulate and different and smart, very Fargo-esque in terms of like the originality of the death scenes, and the actors like Lee and his scene with Lee and Luke when he's got a whole tied up. I thought that was just done really, really well, and like each death scene was unique and different, and trying to outdo without openly making it too obvious that he's trying to outdo each scene, because you've seen death scenes where you're like, oh, come on,
just
bro.
kill him already.
You know,
Yeah.
this is like, all right, bro. And, you know, and so it's a little bit of everything, and that was very clever. And as a fan, like I watched it in the movie theater, like I saw it at the TIFF for the first time, and I didn't watch any of it when I filmed it. I actually refused to do that because I wanted to see it. Like general film design, big closet movie critic, and I'd sit around and watch movies and always have something to say.
Yeah.
I was going to treat myself no different. It was going to be strict but fair. I was terrified to death of hearing my voice, because I hate the sound of my voice, which is funny. It's an entertainment, but and I was very concerned with how the crowd would react to me, and so I got. It was a weird watching myself entertain people. It was like I was outside myself, like it was like a Christmas Story. Watch you, you know, I was sitting there. It was very, very cool, very nerve-wracking, huge butterflies on my chest, but it was an awesome experience. It was really a lot of fun.
And I have to end with like one wrestling question. You know,
Sure.
like I'm so sort of I have this like no one lives Brodus in my head now. You know, so it's going to be hard for me to see like dancing and stuff. Is there any part of you that sort of wants to be the monster again, sort of be the Andre, be like this big, larger than life, non-talking machine rather than the dancer?
I think wrestling and sports entertainment is it's a journey, it's a story. And when sometimes, when you mention the word Andre, Andre the Giant was the most beloved guy in wrestling for 20 years. And then one day he just changed. And that's what made his change so epic, was that they were like, why? And Brodus Clay, at this particular time, right now, he's fan friendly. He comes out, but everyone knows what he could do. And it's just a question of when, why, and that telling that story.
Just rip it off.
Will he go that way? You know, he's frustrated. He hasn't won a championship. You know, Tons of Funk's been on a losing streak. The girls and Tons of Funk aren't on the same page anymore. And all could this lead to that? You know, so the story of Brodus Clay, I like, is being told. I think everything I said at the beginning and the ending. So I like the opportunity. You know, because I think. Doing the Funkasaurus and making people want to dance and forget all about the stuff that you could be doing is really cool. So being able to play with them, puppeteer with them, the strings and stuff like that is cool. So at some point, yeah, it'll be fun to do that. You know, bring the two together.
You know, I was just going to say, my perfect Saturday afternoon would be like getting terrified by No One Lives, and then when I'm all like scared, I'm just going to like throw on a Funkalicious like Brodus Clay match. Perfect. I'm like back in
Hi
balance.
kids.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes. Enjoy this pyro, these beautiful women, and allow myself to tear these pants off. Yes, let's do it.
Now I gotta see that necklace. That is, look at, are you seeing this necklace? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
You know, I'm trying to bring back the rope.
Right.
You know,
how how heavy is it?
It's not as bad as you think.
Oh my, yeah, it looks like way heavier.
Yeah, it's not as bad. It's about 1.5 pounds, but you know, like I said, we're at FanFest, so you know, I got to represent. I got my Clark Kents on. You know, I'm in costume.
Yep.
So you know, I'm a mild mannered.
I can't figure you out, Brodus. I don't know if you're like about to kill me. I don't know if you're about to start dancing. I don't know if you're about to like turn into Superman. I don't know like where you got that necklace. You know, there's many different layers here.
Yes, we're an onion.
Okay.
We're definitely.
Okay. Brodus Clay, onion.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Many layers.
Brodus, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.